So the details of the 12-team playoff were just released on Tuesday, and now we get to see a better version of what the college football playoff is going to look like in the future. Originally, we had a 4-team playoff, and now it's been upped by triple the size, or 8 teams. Why 8 more? I don't know. Anyway, the way it's going to work is that the seeds 1 through 4 will be the 4 highest ranked conference champions, followed by a combination of the next 6 highest ranked non-conference champions or at-large teams, and the next highest ranked conference champs, the 2 remaining. For the seeding matchups, we would have 1 through 4 with a bye, a 5v12, 6v11, 7v10, and 8v9. The winners of these games would go on to play against the top 4 seeds, with the winner of the 5-12 playing the 4, the 6-11 playing the 3, the 7-10 playing the 2, and the 8-9 playing the 1. Now that kind of sounds a little complicated, so let's put that into a better picture and let's take last year's college football playoff and fit it into this new format. When I was trying to research how the seeding would go, I got multiple different seedings that took last year's rankings and put it into this one. So based on my knowledge, because I've seen totally different things, this is how the rankings would go. So if we take the top 4 ranked conference champs from the last year's college football rankings, we would have at number 1, Georgia, after being the SEC champ, Michigan, the Big Ten champ, Clemson at 3 as the ACC champ, and Utah at 4 as the Pac-12 champ. So this already looks kind of weird because we have the last year's 1, 2, 7, and 8 in the top 4. Next, we would have at-large TCU at 5, at-large Ohio State at 6, at-large Alabama at 7, at-large Tennessee at 8, Big 12 champ Kansas State at 9, at-large USC at 10, at-large Penn State at 11, and American Athletic Conference champion Tulane at 12. The reasoning that the last 2 conference champions are not higher in the rankings is that it goes off of the college football rankings, not based on the conference championship, just where they were at the end of the year, and that was lower than some of the at-large teams who did not win their conference. Now, comparing these rankings to last season's rankings, it is definitely odd. So let's go ahead to the bracket and see how that would end up. So the 5-12 matchup would be TCU versus Tulane. 6-11 matchup would be Ohio State versus Penn State. 7-10 would be Alabama versus USC. And 8-9 would be Tennessee versus Kansas State. And 1 through 4 would get byes. Now, this is something that we have never seen before. It's a huge jump from what we've had the last 7 years, tripling the size of the field, and the ranking rules are really kind of being changed. Given those changes, is this new 12-team bracket a bad idea? And I think that there are arguments for both sides. On one side, we have to look forward to longer seasons. Fans get to watch more football. But there's more than just the watchability. Of course, with the expanded field, it would feel like there is a less chance of teams getting screwed out of the playoffs. When there's 6 conference champions and 6 at-large teams, there would be a larger avoidance of, quote, screwing teams out of the playoff. A great example of this is the national champion UCF that went undefeated in the 2017 season, where they actually have a claimed national championship on Wikipedia. And not only that, it is in their stadium. They felt so robbed of not making the playoffs, being left at number 12, that they claimed their own national title that they were not given the chance to even attempt to compete in. Had the new playoff rules been in place in 2017, they would have been given a bid as at least the 12th team in, as they would win the American Athletic Championship, which is a sign that smaller schools, in comparison to schools like Alabama or Ohio State, will be given a chance at the playoff that they could never really even dream of getting into, besides Cincinnati 2 seasons ago. And it now makes winning a conference that much more important than it already was, which kind of segues me into my next point. To get a bye in the college football playoff, you have to be a conference champion, and that leaves independent football teams at a severe disadvantage. Realistically, all of them are at a severe disadvantage because they all are not good at football, except for one. With BYU moving to the Big 12, the independent football scene has been left with one team that has really any chance of competing, and that is Notre Dame. Notre Dame has already made the college football playoff as they did in 2020, so they show that they are a capable program of being a top 4 seed. But if you throw them into a conference, it will guarantee them at least a chance of getting a bye instead of them having to play in the first round no matter what. So with that rule, could we see Notre Dame join a conference? Before the moves of USC and UCLA, I could have seen them joining the Big 10, but maybe they are more of a Big 12 team now. I don't know, but I think that they should probably join a conference to have at least a chance at a bye. And lastly, with more playoff games, there are more important games at the end of the season. Will this change players sitting out of bowl games at the end of the season? They have more to play for instead of just the draft. They want to win a ring. That's just another question to keep at the back of your head. But of course, with good, there has to come bad. So on the other side, there are some things that we might be dreading. We highlighted the longer season. Now we have to lowlight it. Longer seasons, players sitting out of the playoff because of injuries, draft stock damage, and wear and tear. Some players may not even think that is worth it. Some fans might not even think that it's worth it. Is it a waste of games? More often than not, we see the 1 seed dismantle the 4 seed in the playoff. Will it be worth seeing a double-digit seed, maybe getting an upset in the first round and moving on to just get absolutely destroyed and blown out by the team that would have the bye? But really, this is all so new, and we still have a little bit of time until it goes into motion. All the questions that we have and the more questions that will be coming are paired with questions from the committee themselves, so we're just going to have to wait and see how this all plays out. But of right now, how are you guys feeling about the new 12-team playoff? Let me know down in the comments below if you enjoyed this video. Give it a like, give me a sub, check out my channel for more content. Check out my socials that I will have linked in the description. Thank you to StadiumRant for presenting this video today. Check them out on TikTok, Instagram. Check out their website. They make a bunch of banger content. And until the next one, see you guys later.